Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts with another boxing of the offline product game review. This is Lilies, the Quietus of the Nights for the PlayStation 4, but this is being played and tested on my PlayStation 5. To jump right into it, this physical copy here comes with the update version 1.04 right on the disc, and at the time of making this video, there were no updates available. So that's extremely nice to have the fullest completed version of this game on disc. Now, please keep in mind, this is a limit run physical copy, so getting the copy will not be the easiest later on. But there is a Japan import physical copy that does support English. Now, I have no way to guarantee you that that version from Japan does have the update version 1.04 run on the disc, but it might be your best chance of getting a copy if the physical copy from limit run gets really expensive, really rare. Just saying, I can't give no guarantees, but at least you can know that Japan version does support English. Now, like always, the update version said that it added New Game Plus and all this other stuff, bug fixes, alterations, and a little couple extra features here and there, so having that 1.04 update on the disc was extremely nice. But like always, I did play my game completely offline with an unregistered account, and I didn't experience any massive game-breaking bugs or issues, and I was still unlocking trophies throughout my entire time of playing this. Now, there's only one little hiccup I had throughout the entire game, and it's not a big deal. It has the water physics. Sometimes little puddles of water would all of a sudden just start bouncing around like it's a string and slowly like balance itself out and slowly just stop. It's a very odd thing. It only ever happened when I loaded up into a level and when there was water right where I loaded up. I think it has something maybe to do with how fast the PlayStation 5 might be loading up the game and the water hasn't like settled itself in terms of how they programmed it. Now, granted, this could still happen on PlayStation 4. I'm just saying that that's the only thing I can think of what's going on with that. But that was the only issue I had. Nothing else happened throughout my entire time of playing this game, which is extremely nice. If you don't know, Ender Lilies, the Quietus of the Nights, is a Metroidvania style game with some subtle inspirations of Souls-like. I don't want to call it a Souls-like game because there's really nothing in this game that resembles anything remotely like a Souls-like game. It seems like everybody's just qualifying that to everything nowadays that has a dark, eerie, mysterious style to it. Well, you play as Lily, you wake up without your voice, and you're followed by a little spirit that takes a form of a knight, and you gotta try to figure out what's going on. Eventually you find out that the Blight has overcome this entire land, and as you as the priestess Lily, your job is to absorb this Blight because you're the only person that cannot be affected through madness of this Blight. As you're slowly cleansing out this Blight, you realize that you're not going mad, but your purity is altering. You're not becoming as pure anymore. And I'll leave it at that because I don't want to go into many more spoilers about the game. So at least it's intriguing, and it plays like a more typical Metroidvania where as you slowly play and beat more bosses and do more content, you unlock more abilities like double jump and grapple and stuff like that, or swim. You know, your typical Metroidvania kind of style game. Now, why some people might call this a Souls-like, even though I don't agree with it. There are only two things about this game that might resemble Souls-like, and is that there is a rest point in the area. Kind of think of it as like a bonfire, but it's like a bench or a chair or a bed, you name it, and once you rest at that bench or bed or chair, all the enemies respawn. That's the only really thing that's almost like Souls-like, which I don't really categorize that for that one mechanic. As well as that items have like deep lore, dialogue, or descriptions about each item. So then I guess you could look at that, but then those are two very minor things. There is no like dying and leaving behind your souls or your blight experience, because every time you kill an enemy, you slowly build up more blight, and that blight counts as a level up. But when you die, you don't like leave behind your blight or souls, whatever you call it. So there's really no consequences of dying at all, and I took advantage of that. I just purposely killed myself to respawn at a specific area to save myself time and travel time to get more experience. So I don't know why anyone would call this like a Souls-like. It's just your typical Metroidvania, just with a little bit of changes and alterations in its atmosphere and design. But I guess maybe some minor hints of inspiration of Souls-like. But as I mentioned, you do start with a spirit, and the game revolves around you fighting other spirits that are blighted, and you absorb them, and they become part of your guardians. And you can slowly pick and choose what spirits you want to have come along with you. Each spirit has its own abilities and stuff like that, so you gotta pretty much pick and choose which one you are to your play style. I usually just kept my main sword guy, as well as that I had like a bird and a magician who shot a fireball. That's basically what I ran with the entire game. As well as that you eventually get resources that allow you to upgrade these spirits, whether you get like it's kind of like essence, you slowly upgrade them to make them more powerful. You do get relics in the game that you can equip that do various things, like allows you to do more damage in water, allows you to swim in water better, or then allows you to absorb more blight, so on and so forth. Now your typical relics, and as you progress you can find more things that allow you to equip more relics, as well as increase your maximum health. Your Metroidvania style game. Story-wise, nothing too amazing, but I did enjoy it, and I did enjoy the overall aesthetics of the game. The game's graphics look amazing. The only things that I could say that, I mean, other than like I said, it's nothing major, but the game has a very somber kind of feel to it, so everything's really quiet, very slow. Nothing really is impactful, like your attacks don't like have a big loud pow and hit and smack into it. So I was a little disappointed in that, but the game definitely tries to go with a sad, somber kind of feel. Songs slowly playing in the background. Sometimes certain things don't have sound effects that you think would have a sound effect. It's trying to bring this feeling of like loneliness, sadness, and despair in the world. Which again, they do a really good job. Me, I like when I hit an enemy, I like to have a good thump when I hit an enemy. I don't like to like go ching. I want to bam and make it really sound like I'm hitting somebody really powerfully. So that was the only thing that really just bugged me. But the game does have amazing soundtrack and music, and some awesome environmental designs and level designs. So I can't claim it that it was a bad Metroidvania. I've never really played a bad Metroidvania, but it's definitely not one of my most favorite Metroidvanias. I did enjoy this game. I love the concept and the idea. I'm glad to have a physical copy that has everything on the disc, that allows New Game Plus, as well as the good ending and bad ending to the game. And on that note, this isn't like a spoiler, but just to help you in case you get confused and can't 100% complete the game. There's your typical unlocking permanent abilities like double jump and stuff like that, but your spirits that you can equip sometimes can help you traverse environments. So I think that's a little hint to how to be able to solve certain environmental puzzles and stuff. You may not be able to do it with your base abilities, but maybe if you equip your spirits and use some of their abilities, they might help you with that as well. As well as that if you're confused why you're at the very end of the game, you can't complete the game, like get 100% level design or environment exploration, beat the game with the good ending and beat the game with the bad ending, and then you'll see, and then reload your save every single time before you do New Game Plus. They'll give you an idea how to get a 100% of the game. So in the end, I really do recommend the game. I thought it was definitely enjoyment in terms of Metroidvanias. It's definitely a great physical copy. Now, whether you can get the limited run version, I'm sure the pan version is just fine, but I can't give no guarantee it's 100% 1.04 on the disc. But I mean, it's still an enjoyable game as is. I still definitely enjoyed it. I had no issues or problems. I even almost platinum game. I'm only missing one more trophy. And I wish I would have looked up ahead what those trophies were, because I definitely would have platinumed it pretty quickly. But overall, I still enjoyed this game. I definitely can see myself coming back and play through it, and I can definitely recommend anybody is a fan of Metroidvanias. It definitely follows the bread and butter of Metroidvanias, but that's not a bad thing either. I definitely recommend the game if you're into those kind of genres, and if you're into that kind of somber, sad, hopeless kind of feel in the environments. And overall, it's definitely a game to look into to get into your collection. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a fun little game to play. It took me about 20 hours to complete, and I pretty much just ran through it and beat it in one good go. And I definitely see myself coming back to it. So again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next unboxing video. Bye-bye!